Okay, so I'm going to start by welcoming you, all of you, for coming. This is the first of many sessions about preparing your thesis and dissertation, and you're going to get tips from those who've gone through the process. So I am Dr. Boateng. I'm the librarian for College of Science and College of Health Sciences and Technology. I'll let my colleague introduce herself.
Hello, everyone. I'm a primary librarian for the College of NTID, and Adwoa and I are neighbors. So we're always picking on one another, and she's always telling me you should go get your EDD. So because of her, I got my terminal degree.
We're both graduates of the St. John Fisher College Education Doctorate in Executive Leadership. And we learned a lot. I'm speaking for myself. I learned a lot about myself during the process and what my goals are. And that's why I posed the 2 questions that you'll be seeing. And so I'm going to proceed to the next slide. So in the chat session, I was trying to share some items, but you will see them on the screen. Use the chat for questions, and Joan will monitor the chat for me because I won't be able to see it during this presentation. So it's a process. That was the mantra of our degree program. That's what our faculty kept reminding us, particularly when we were in a hurry to finish up on our doctorate. So the 2 questions I posted are based on my past interactions with graduate students who have thought about getting their thesis or dissertation, but haven't really gone through a deep thought process about why they're doing it and about the end result when they graduate with their documents. So I want to have three areas that I just want to provide an overview on about preparing, conducting your research, and how to complete your process in a less stressful way. And we'll use the chat session as to answer any questions. So the first question I had for you, and you can go to the site, which is www.menti.com. Type in the code, which is 5463595. And the first question I have to you is, why are you pursuing a master's or a doctorate degree? And I put suggestions in the poll, but you may have some other thoughts about why you're pursuing your degree. The second question I have is, I'm using the same software. It's at www.menti.com, and the code is 5463595. And the other question is a very open-ended question. Why should an employer read your thesis or dissertation? This is about what value are you bringing to your profession, which is going to be discussed in your thesis and dissertation. And I'll look at your responses at the end of this PowerPoint presentation. So the why, the beginning of your start is the why. And first tip I wanted to provide is, when you're working on your topic, your ideas, don't isolate yourself. Explore while you're at RIT. RIT is encouraging cross-college collaborations among colleges. You might hear about a topic that's similar or might help what you're working on. You already have a network, that's your advisor, but take the time to meet other faculty members on campus who are maybe working in an area that you're interested in. Attend their courses or go to workshops, conferences. Guest speaker sessions are very valuable at RIT. And don't forget the RIT alum. Know your library. Know that you have a free service called IDS, and they're the ones that will get you your journal articles or books. We have a software calculator, dissertation calculator, that'll help you stay focused on your process, because you're going to be with us for at least 2 years, 3 years, or more. We have software to help you manage as you're collecting your journal articles and books. Be aware that we have databases, and these electronic databases and electronic journals allow you to monitor a topic, and you'll get an email alert. and get to know your individual college librarian. So there's a lot more to explore if you have not already done so. So explore and don't isolate yourself during the years while you're working on your research. Second thing is conduct. When you're about to start the process and research, before you start, get organized. If you have not done so, ask your college if they already have a template for dissertations or thesis. Double check to see what format do they want you to cite information when you're writing up your document. Also, what is the writing format they prefer in your college? Take a look at the different citation management software that's out there, and it's posted on the library's webpage that will help you gather your information to make life easier for you as you start writing up your document. Most of the time, you're just thinking, oh, I'm just going to need journal articles and books. Well, the literature field is changing. There are a variety of literature documents out there that you need to be aware of, and like even data sets now, if you're working with a lot of statistical information. So I recommend to all graduate students, first year, even current students, there are 3 sources that you should start with. One is the internal database that RIT has, which is called ScholarWorks. And the second one is ProQuest Dissertation Thesis Database and the Web of Science database. You want to find out who is working in your field that you're interested in writing up about or do your research in. You also want to find out who has already published a thesis or dissertation on the topic that you're interested in. That's your competition when you start going out looking for work. And Web of Science I like using Web of Science. It tells you which publication or research or author has been cited the most, where the research is being done. It's a great tool to use during your research and also when you're starting to look for another job or to further your education at another school. So in other words, before you dive into Google Scholar or dive into databases, get organized, gather all this information you need before you start. And these are just images of what ScholarWorks database uses, and we'll go to that. I have the URL above the images. So if you want me to go to it, just mention it in the chat and I'll go directly to it. This is the ProQuest dissertation thesis. I just did a very broad search in this database. I used COVID just to see what was out there. And lo and behold, I had 44 hits. It was a very broad search. So I didn't go in to see exactly why did these dissertation theses show up when I typed in COVID. And Web of Science, if you have not used this database, a great tool for graduate students to get in the habit to use now, during, and even after you've done your research. So after you've done, you're in the process of gathering information, you're searching other databases and sources. A common thing that graduate students forget is to get permission to use images media. You need the author's permission before you can add someone else's images in your thesis and dissertation. In the electronic journals, in the databases, there will be links where you go to there's a form you have to click on to get the permission to use it. Be aware that even if something has been published in a journal article, in a well-known journal, it can still be retracted because of sloppy work or actual plagiarized information in a published document. There's a website called Retraction Watch that monitors and notifies folks about what journal articles have been retracted out of journals. If you need help in writing, don't forget RIT has a program called University Writing Program. You should know about that service that's available for you. The library also has instructions on its website about how, when you get ready to submit, what the steps are. Don't wait till the last minute to start looking around for the instructions. I would suggest you start now to find the link and bookmark it on your computer. And one last thing is, when you graduate, you have access to some of the library databases as an alum. So you probably get a notification from the alum office to get your own username and password. Remember that your thesis and dissertation is a tool you're going to use in your career after you leave RIT. So the guide that I have for you is under infoguides.rit.edu, grad research. I'm going to exit the PowerPoint presentation. I'm going to stop sharing my slide. I'm going to copy and paste the links one more time, but I'm going to do them individually. One is if you were not able to do the first question, I'm going to do that for you. I'm going to copy that into the chat. And I'm going to do it right now. Joan, can you see the URL? Did it come through chat? Okay. So that was the first question I had posed to start the conversations. Why are you pursuing your master's or your doctorate? You can select as many responses as you want. I'm going to copy and paste the second question that I had posed. Give me a second. The second question I had asked is, why should an employer read your thesis or dissertation? There's something to keep in mind while you're writing your document. By the way, whatever topic you select, just be aware that you're going to be reading your thesis or dissertation over and over again. And Joan and I can tell you after a while, you just get sick of reading it over and over again, particularly when you're updating, adding more information, or correcting. You're working with your advisor, and your advisor will tell you, well, maybe you should work around this area, go back and find more information to correct or update. Joan and I have been through those long nights, no sleep, long weekends. We know exactly what you're going through when you're working on your thesis dissertation. So we've been there, and it is a process. It's not something that you start and you're done in a couple of weeks. It's going to be a process while you're working on it. And now I'm going to post the guide that I mentioned in the PowerPoint presentation. It basically, you will find it at the library's website, and I'm going to post it right here. Now we can, if you want, what I'm going to do is share my screen again. I'm going to go over to the So I'm going to present, see if anyone responded to the question, why are you pursuing a master's or doctorate?
Michelle is saying she couldn't get access to the first question.
It didn't
The second
work.
one, yes, but not the first one.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's okay. That's okay.
Well, there was just something to think about. You know, is this going to be your first job, your first career that you're pursuing? Or for some folks I've met, they're already working in a field, and it's required, particularly in the academic world, it's required for them to get a doctorate. Someone might be working, hoping to get promoted, or this could be a career change, or you're going after a better salary, or just professional recognition, or you love to learn. I did it because I love to learn. I love to learn, and I also did it because it's not getting a doctorate in this environment was not required, but it has helped for me. It has helped tremendously with working with my own higher administration, faculty, and deans, and also working with graduate students because I know exactly what they're going through, and it helps me understand the process. Even though I've come from a STEM environment, I recognize though what's needed in non-STEM environments. So I'm going to pursue, so I'm sorry for those who were not able to get to it. I'm going to exit this.
Well, Michelle is saying she's interested in getting her master's degree to obtain a job promotion.
Is it required?
I need it for more respect, but you know, I also would like a job with more status and more income.
Yeah. 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 Nothing wrong with that. Yeah. I'm going to go to, let's see. Bear with me. I'm going to go to the second. Okay, good. I got responses. Hold on a second. Okay. Yeah, this is something you should think about when you put the link of your thesis and dissertation in your resume or your CV, and you want to catch the attention of potential employers. When I completed my degree, I gave a link to my library director, who in turn let the provost at that time know about the research. My research was on, at that time, was on adult students returning back to four-year colleges in universities, and finding out how their strategy, what the process they go through. Because at that time, when I was doing my research, there was very little literature out there on adult students coming back to four-year colleges. There was a lot of journal articles about going to two-year colleges, but not four-year colleges. So, you know, I gave my higher administration some ideas, and I know they started to add some services to looking at how adult students function in a four-year university enrolled in an undergraduate degree program. Yeah. So I'm going to exit this poll. Thank you for responding, by the way. I'm going to go to the guide. Can you still see the guide in the shared screen? Can you still see it, Joan? Yeah, okay. I'm going to go to the link where it says prepare. Start with the first one. So what I did is I gave you the links to the tools and services you should be aware of. One is the dissertation and thesis calculator, sorry. And you've met with your advisor and you need to start thinking about how to get started. You can just add in your start date, your end date, and you'll get a schedule on what the steps you should go. Let's say you're planning on graduating in hopefully 2022. I'm just going to put in some dates. And then it has different steps. I haven't played around with this much. Have you, Joan? Oh, you got to create your own. Sorry about this. You got to create your own login and create a title and help you walk you through the steps. Okay, so I'm going to go back out. The library has a variety of tools, citation management tools that you can think about. There are webinars and tutorials on the different products. So just be aware of that if you have not been using that. IDS is a free service that you should be using. They're the ones that will get you those documents that you need for your work. It's all online. If you're new, I think, Michelle, you said you're new to RIT. You just arrived this year, Michelle? You should.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. You should set up your, they need to know your name and how to contact you first. You guys create your profile. And then all you have to do is send the request to them and they will take care of it. You can even get copies of chapters out of books. Also, some places, some libraries, because of COVID, will allow us to access their electronic books. Normally, it's not the normal procedure, but some have permission to allow us to log into their electronic books. The Interlibrary Loan Department will let you know if that's possible, and so forth. So you can read this basically for yourself. And I mentioned the databases that you should be using. So I'm going to go to RIT ScholarWorks. You can search it by, okay, this has changed. You usually have to list, oh, okay, it's on the side here. I'm going to click on colleges and departments. And Michelle, you said you're with College of Science?
Yes, that's correct.
Which area in College of Science? Chemistry, you said, or?
Chemistry. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So I'm going to click on the School of Chemistry and Material Science. So if you think these are what's already been completed and submitted to the RIT ScholarWorks, you can take a look at what your peers who have already graduated have been working on, because your research should always be unique. It should be different than, you don't want to repeat what someone has already done. You want to find something that sets you apart and your research apart. Now, some of you will be doing your research based on what your professors are working on, but they may want you to work on a subsection. So every college is going to be different. But this is, I would suggest, always take a look at your what your peers have done. Now, if your department says we don't have a template to use, what you can do is use this RIT ScholarWorks, click on the title of one of them. You can download, this is a thesis. You can see who the advisors are, committee members. You can download the document and take a look at, so far so good. Take a look at the style, the writing style of the students, because that's how the advisor likes it. Take a look at what references they use. Where do they go get their information from? You can use this as your template. Take a look at what the requirements are, and so how they like things to be done. So there's one way to get started. I'm going to exit here. I'm keeping track of time. So I'm going to pause and ask, does anyone have a question in chat?
Michelle has a question.
Okay.
So the publication, are those usually like right before graduation, or what's the timeline? When you defend your thesis, will it be published on the website after that or before that?
After. You want to be working closely with your professor on the timelines of things, but you have to also, you just reminded me, I need to show you where the, hold on a second, let me go to complete. There is a department at the library that handles your thesis submissions, and they have instructions, and I put it under the submission procedure. You need to pay attention to what's needed before you submit your thesis. The admin in your department also should be helping you in the chemistry department. So you got your advisor to work with, the admin in the chemistry department be working with you, and then check the website under thesis instructions, what the guidelines are, what they expect, and so forth. So maybe you want to bookmark this on your computer and just have this ready so that you don't wait, the last minute. At least you know, oh yeah, I need to keep in mind. If you're going to be using someone else's images, you want to make sure you have permission to do that. And what I'll do is take down your name, and I will show an example where to look for it. I see your name on the, and I will find a database and show you where to pull down the link to contact the author for permission to use their images. Every database is slightly different, so I'm not going to do it right now in this session. Any other questions? So this is just an overview to get you started. Yes.
Joan's asking, could you stop sharing your screen, Adwoa, and then
Yes.
we'll all be bigger?
Yes, I will stop sharing. Yeah.
Joan's saying it's just easier to see each other if we're.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. So this is just an overview. I just didn't want to focus just on library services and library tools. It's an overview to getting started. And we're hoping to do more sessions about more in-depth. We'll take a certain area and go a little bit more in-depth. Once you get feedback, hopefully you'll give us feedback on what you'd like to hear more about. So Michelle, you're just starting out. Have you thought about what area you're going to be doing your research on?
Yes, I've already decided. I'm working in a research lab within the chemistry department, but even though it's not where I want to go, I still am keeping an open mind and working through the process.
Yes, and go to those sessions, both at chemistry department, but also the guest speaker sessions. They have, the College of Science itself has guest speaker sessions on a variety of topics. But then the chemistry department too has its own weekly, I believe you have speaker sessions. But look around, pay attention to what's going on the campus.
Yeah, there's seminars weekly.
Yeah, and you get some ideas from the speakers that they're bringing in. Kim,
I think Joan wanted to make a comment too,
yes.
Adwoa.
Yeah.
Joan's saying, Kim, I'm just curious what brought you here today. So this is Kim speaking. I teach research methods for interpreting students.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious to find new resources and tools for our students to help them in the process of writing. And I was really excited to see one of my students here, Grace.
Good. Yeah. And I'm glad you said that because we do meet students in the different research methods classes and who have to work on their literature review. And they come in, they've already gone to Google Scholar, just like they're so inundated and they didn't stop, take a step back and figure out what exactly am I doing. So I'm so glad that you came, yeah. Because that's the folks that I'm trying to target. To get more, get feedback, figure out how to present this. Joan.
This is Joan speaking. I just wanted to mention that I might be able to go to your interpreting class and help support those students as well. So just let me know what you would like me to cover as far as topics go, and I'm totally happy to do that for you. Kim saying, that's great. I will be in contact with you and I'll have you come. That's wonderful.
Does
Michelle?
Grace or Rutulia have any questions?
No, really. Like I've been working on a project, and I'm thinking to have this defense and get ready with the writing work for my next semester. So, like, are there any more sessions that you'll be conducting which will guide me through it?
This is the first one. So when you said there are sessions on citation management. That's coming up, I believe. Okay. What tool are you using right now to gather your journal articles and book citations?
So I'm using this LaTeX software.
Oh, yes.
So,
yes.
Yeah.
Can you spell that, Adwoa? I have no idea.
LaTeX is LaTeX.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So that LaTeX, LaTeX. Not all colleges are using it.
By Bib Guru, Michelle saying, Bib Guru.
Oh.
Bib Guru.
Bib Guru. D-E, how do you spell that?
No, B as in boy, B-I-B, like bibliography.
Oh, yes.
Bib Guru.
Okay. So at RIT, EndNote used to be the go-to software, but then now Zotero and Mendeley are now the go-to citation management software on this campus.
Kim loves Zotero, and Michelle's having awful struggles with it. So Kim's saying, yeah, it takes practice. You got to get used to it.
Yes, and I started out at EndNote. Well, actually, we had RefWorks, and then we switched to EndNote, and then now I'm still struggling with Zotero Mendeley, but I'm getting better. I'm a little clumsy, so I recommend that be on the lookout for the workshops that you'll see at the library webpage and attend those. And it helps to you'll be able to use them while you're in Google Scholar or in databases capturing all the information. If you're, I don't know how long your research is going to go on, but if you find a good database that's really giving you the information you need, or a good electronic journal, set up an alert in it with the set keywords that you're working on, and it will send you email updates, and then it'll say, oh, notify you, oh, so and so has done a research on this and this. It's been very helpful instead of you having to go back to each database and rekeying in what you're looking for. So it's one way to be less stressful. Your advisor may tell you to take a different, you start out in one way and then you have to do something different. So we're slightly over the time. I can go a little bit more, but did anyone else have a question?
Oh, thank you so much.
Oh, you're quite welcome. So we hope to continue this on various topics.
Kim saying just one final question.
Yeah.
What do you think of Google Scholar? You can answer, Adwoa.
Okay. I use Google Scholar because there's a lot, now there's more and more cross collaboration, cross publishing. A chemist might publish in a medical journal, or a chemist might publish in a physics journal. Because sometimes I'm not sure where people are publishing, I will go and do a quick search in Google Scholar to see where are they publishing, which databases I should be pursuing, or which journals. Then I'll do a more in-depth search in those areas. It's because of that people are now searching all over. I use as a tool to find, and it does come in handy, in finding things.
I do the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, Joan? Oh, Kim, what were you going to say? Kim saying Google Scholar is good for finding information, but I wouldn't recommend it for citations. And it just hasn't really been updated properly.
Yes.
They're not using the current citations.
Right. Yes.
It's like 7th edition. So that's just,
Yeah. Also, you'll notice when you're in Google Scholar, under each citation, you'll notice that it will also mention similar articles and Web of Science cited articles. So it's a good way to treat. While we're talking about Google Scholar, the library has its own Google Scholar app called More at RIT. I know we've run out of time, but while you're off campus, check your Google Scholar settings and then library links, and check to see if RIT is listed. If not, just type in Rochester and you get a list of universities and colleges with Rochester in it. Don't select University of Rochester. Make sure you select RIT. Check off the box. And next to each name of the university colleges are the names of our Google Scholar apps. And ours is called More at RIT. And the reason why I mention it is that it will, while you're in Google Scholar, if you need the full text article, all you have to do is either click on it and it'll download the article, or it will send your request into IDS so you can retrieve it. And I will add that instruction in this guide. I'm glad you brought that up about Google Scholar. Now, a couple of things have happened since we've been off campus.
Joan has something to say.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. I did want to mention that when you set up your settings in Google Scholar, you need to check off libraries and type in RIT. And when you do that, when you do a search, any articles that are within our subscription rights will show up.
Yeah.
And there will be a hot link there, and you can connect to the full text of the article from our databases. So that's quite nice.
Yeah. I forgot what I was going to tell you about. But something else I wanted to mention. Go ahead, Kim.
One last question. Apologies. For example, this book, RIT hasn't gone fully digital with certain books. So I just got this book on loan from Indiana University, and I only have it for 5 days. Joan's saying you can renew it.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
renew it.
Yeah. 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 And also
You
check
can,
to ask IDS to see if there's an electronic version that you can have online access into it. Probably, maybe not. Maybe that's why they had to get you a print copy. But okay.
No, there's no online access. Yeah.
Yeah.
Michelle's got her hand up.
Yes. Yes,
Joan's,
Michelle.
Joan's also offering, if you need to check for electronic books, I can do that for you. Just give me the title and I'll check for you. Go ahead, Michelle. I have a question. So it says to use their article photographs or images. How can you ask permission from the author? Do I do it through the RIT libraries, or do I do it directly to the author? How does that work, Adwoa?
We've run out of time, but what I want to do is send you I'm going to show you an example. What happens is, suppose you're using a database called Elsevier Science Direct. I believe they have a link under author permission or something. You click on that, and then it has, this is about copyright. It'll give you instructions. It'll ask you, are you a student? Or it'll ask you, let me find that information and I'll send you those steps, because each electronic database has its own place where they put that, and I have to find it for you. So I will do that after this session. So by tomorrow morning, give me time to show you where to find that. Or when you're working, while you're working, you find an image, just contact me, and I'll help walk you through it. You have an image right now you're using that you're not supposed to be using? This is in your thesis.
No, it's for my presentation, but I didn't know that I had to ask permission to use, an image. I did cite where the picture came, but I didn't ask for permission for it.
Okay, this is when you're publishing your thesis and dissertation. That's what I mean, yeah.
Oh, okay, that's good to know.
That's going to be readily available out on the internet. And if someone who created the image didn't give you permission, they're going to see it. But your class participation, you should be okay with your PowerPoint presentation. Just give the citation. Yeah, so you're okay. We've run out of time, but this is wonderful. I want to thank you all for coming. And I'm going to stop the recording.
Thank you so much, Adwoa and Joan, for your help. I really appreciate it. This is really helpful.
So glad you came.